What's up, guys? Welcome to the JumpX podcast, episode number 16, where you're going to learn everything about vertical jump and how to increase your own vertical jump. Here with Mr. Austen Young.
Hello, everyone. Hello.
And if you want to get coached by us personally, custom program, everything catered towards what you need, send us a DM on JumpX, right?
Yep.
With just like the word JumpX, and we'll get back to you, see if you're a good fit for our training.
Yep.
And then we'll go from there, see what we can do for you. As I said, episode number 16, we are now doing these weekly.
Yep.
So, more frequent.
Yep. Upping the frequency.
Yeah.
So we can put more content out there for you guys, which is going to be great. We're just going to be documenting more about, the things we're learning, the things we're learning with our clients, all that sort of stuff.
More week-to-week stuff. We can kind of go more into detail.
Yeah, more week-to-week stuff. So, like, each podcast, we might have a subject we might get into a little bit, but it's just going to be more kind of random, more things we're learning. It's kind of like bringing you guys along on the journey with us, essentially.
Yeah, it's like a lot more updated, because if we do it every 2 weeks, I'm not saying that's a bad thing, but like something that happened just after the podcast prior, we probably wouldn't even remember or mention. So by the time 2 weeks passes, it's like, okay, well, that's just like old news. So yeah, every podcast we're going to kind of have a topic, or like a few topics in mind. So today we're talking about 1 foot jumping, specifically my arc, character arc, I guess.
Yeah. Your little redemption arc.
Yeah.
Tell everyone how it started. Why have you just suddenly and started jumping 1 foot just out of nowhere?
Mainly, I was looking back at my old Instagram post for one, and during lockdown, I got very good off 1 foot for one session, and then after that, I kind of stopped, and I got to the point where I hit one windmill, and that was kind of like the peak of it. So I'm like, I want to get to there and also get better. And also, at the end of one of the dunk sessions, I was trying to jump off 1 foot, and I could barely touch the rim. Like, I was skimming it with my finger. And Hayden Young was chatting smack.
No, tell everyone what exactly people said to you.
It was mainly just Hayden, to be honest. Like, yeah.
What did he say? Come on.
Hayden, I don't know exact specifics, but he was like, just chatting shit, And I was just like, no, I'm not having it. So yeah, at that point, I was actually...
Yeah, he was just degrading...
I was, ashamed of myself, though, because I'm like, what the fuck is this?
He was just degrading your 1 foot.
Yeah, literally.
Just tearing you apart.
I'm like, this is, what we do as a living. So, my 1 foot shouldn't be that bad.
Wasn't he telling you to go back to 2 foot?
Yeah, he did. That is one thing he did say. Yeah. So I was like, no, but obviously, we both love Hayden.
And then
fuck that guy.
And then you took it all personal, like Michael Jordan.
Yeah.
You're like, nah. Fuck this! I'm gonna go.
I'm
gonna go on my villain arc.
Yeah.
Started
the pliers.
I found it so funny, dude. I found it so funny because like you messaged me that day and you're like you said something like you're gonna start jumping 1 foot because all these people were talking shit saying you weren't good at 1 foot.
You, yeah.
And you messaged me, and then the next day I see videos of you outside your house jumping 1 foot, and I couldn't stop laughing. I was like,
that was after a 3-hour arm session as well. So.
Yeah, just the mentality.
Yeah,
it's just really funny.
Yeah.
And then obviously, you've gotten a little bit crazy off 1 foot ever since then, right?
I wouldn't say crazy, but within 3 weeks,
that's what I mean.
Gone up
not
like
full crazy, but a little bit. Like when I mean that you've improved a lot.
Yeah.
So
because if I'm just touching the rim, that's like a 32-inch vert.
Yeah.
And now I'm maybe touching, I don't know, 10-10.
Yeah.
Roughly.
Yeah.
Yeah. I've touched 10-7. That was a week and a half ago.
Yeah.
And then I did a dunk session yesterday, and I felt like I was jumping way higher. Hit every dunk I wanted to.
We'll have to get you on the Vertex someday.
1 foot Vertex is scary.
I reckon it's easier.
You reckon?
Yeah.
Than 2 foot?
Yeah.
Easier to time, I think.
It's easier.
In terms of hitting the pole. Yeah.
So
I'm gonna keep trying to grind that. I feel like.
Yeah. What are your goals? So obviously you want to be at a windmill.
Within when?
But not within any time. It's just whatever happens.
Oh, I want to get
But what are your
40 plus?
Yeah, 40 plus.
Oh fuck yeah! Oh fuck yeah!
Obviously you want to be at a windmill. Is there any other dunks you want to hit?
Between the legs.
Between the legs? That would be pretty crazy.
I feel like I can hit that within, just before dunk camp or at dunk camp kind of time frame. Because I feel like I got a pretty good technique for dunks, right? It's pretty decent. So I'm not going to have to be head at rim to hit an East Bay. I'll be able to
And is that off lob?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay. Alright, yeah. Because off dribble was a whole nother monster.
Yeah. I mean, although 1 foot off dribbles, I'd argue easier than 2 foot off dribble.
Yeah.
Just because you kind of like bring it up with you.
Yeah. Well, it's still hard. It's not easy to do, obviously, but
yeah. I've kind of got this thing like I'm dunking 3 times a week right now, and I'm kind of going into every session having like a mini goal, whether that be like a height I want to touch off 1 foot, or like a mini dunk I want to hit, or just like make sure I hit something new. So like
so that's a really good tip for everyone.
Yeah, have like obviously, even if you don't hit it, it's still good to have something like mentally going into a session. Otherwise, you're just gonna like fuck about. Yeah,
and that's actually a really good tip for everyone, because in this dunk game, you know, there's going to be lows and there's going to be highs, and you don't want to be too outcome and results driven, because it's very easy to get demotivated that way. And what you're talking about, having these little goals, or, you know, whether it's hitting a new dunking session or getting stronger on your lifts, or just little goals like that really help keep you motivated. They help really keep you going. You know what I mean? They keep you focused on the process and not so much the outcome. Obviously, you want to have like a outcome that you want to be striving towards. Like you want to have like a destination.
Yes.
Right. We don't want to overemphasize that. You kind of just want to be like, it happens when it happens.
Yeah.
Whenever it happens. And then just focus on ensuring you're doing all the right things beforehand. And then whenever you get there, you get there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. I mean, we say this, but we're also like just as guilty as a lot of people.
Yeah, I know. Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
No, absolutely. I like catch myself out thinking like that all the time.
And you're like, yeah. I mean,
at least a lot of unnecessary happiness.
Unhappiness. Which actually fucks with your training, ironically.
Yeah, it does.
So.
It does. And if you have less fun dunking, then you're going to be less motivated to do it. Your dunk sessions aren't going to be as good because you're not enjoying it.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's an important factor.
So.
Because if you're just going into every dunk session like depressed demon time, if I don't hit this dunk, I'm going to be...
my whole week's fucking
I'm going to kill myself after and be depressed the whole week.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Which we've definitely been guilty over the past.
Yeah.
It's so counterproductive towards progressing long term.
Yeah. I reckon for the windmill, I was worse for that. Like, that was the absolute worst. Like, I was like, literally thinking like that when I was trying my first windmill.
Yeah.
And then after I hit it, I was like,
okay. Yeah.
What's next? Sort of thing.
Yeah, there's a period like that where I was thinking like that with my East Bay.
You know I know. At the end of last year.
Now I'm just kind of like, it'll happen.
You just got to do the right things every day.
Yeah. It'll happen.
You just got to wait for the stars to align.
Exactly.
And you can't predict when that's going to happen.
Exactly.
Like a day where your hand speed's on fire for no reason, and you're jumping high.
Yeah.
There's like a good environment, so you're jumping higher because of the hype.
Yeah.
You get a nice finish.
Yeah.
Done. He's hit his first East Bay.
Yeah.
And then that'll give you confidence to hit more. Like you said, just tell them a story about your lob windmill that you were telling me literally like 2 seconds before the podcast.
2 seconds? Well, in terms of how I felt after.
Yeah.
Oh, when I hit my first windmill off lob, because I was grinding for that dunk for so long. I wanted the windmill off lob for so long. When I hit it, I just felt so euphoric after. I was like literally in the shower that night, like literally thinking to myself, like, oh my God, like, how did I do that? You know what I mean? Like, literally, like, as cliche as it is to say anything's possible, you know what I mean? Like, 2 years ago, I could never imagine myself doing that, you know what I mean? And I just had all these crazy thoughts, like, literally, I can achieve anything I want in my life, and just felt so euphoric and crazy. Like, if you guys, like, have ever achieved anything in your life that's, like, really hard and you've been working towards it for, like,
it's hard
ages,
to explain,
like, you'll understand. And that, like, feeling lasts for, like, quite a while, like, a few days and so. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it's,
I feel like if you want to experience it, the goal has to be so, like, ambitious to the point where most people would be like, that's fucking dumb.
Yeah.
And then when you do actually do it, that's when you get that feeling, so.
Yeah. No, I feel like I'll get that feeling again when I East Bay.
I feel like it'd be better.
Yeah, this is way harder dunk.
Cool. And so it's like way further from your starting point.
Yeah.
But also like it's been a bigger grind.
Yeah.
In the sense of like maybe the windmill took a little bit longer. Or I don't even know. Which one took longer?
What do you mean for you?
No, for you, which one took longer? From going from your first windmill to your first lob windmill, or going from the first lob windmill to your first East Bay?
Well, I haven't East Bayed yet.
So if you say you hit it tomorrow, would that have been longer or?
When did I properly start
I don't
trying to
even know.
East Bay? It was probably like July last year.
Maybe, yeah.
So 7 months I've been working towards it. So yes, that's crazy to think about. 7 months. But before that, it was like over a year for the lob.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
It was like a year. It was like at least a year.
It was all technique, honestly.
Yeah. Catching the lob and everything. Like half the battle was catching the lob, trying to time the lob.
Yeah, so we opposite because I hit my first lob windmill and it took me like 4 months after to hit my off the dribble. So. And
this is why I guess this highlights why it's so important to be process driven, because you guys are hearing us say, oh, it took us a year to hit this one dunk. You know what I mean? Oh, I've been grinding the East Bay for 7 months. You know what I mean? This is why
not everyone's sticking around there.
Yeah, not everyone's going to stick around for that, and this is why most people don't get to, the levels some of these pro dunkers are at because of how long it takes. I remember hearing somewhere, Jay Clark, it took him years to be able to East Bay.
Yeah.
A couple years.
And yeah.
To be able to hit at East Bay, which is crazy. You know what I mean? To think about.
And now that's why.
Huh?
Now you look at him.
Yeah. Now you look at him. Now he looks like he does it easy.
Yes.
You know what I mean? Yeah, it's just crazy to think about.
Yeah, well, you gotta think of it like this. You have two options. Either one, you stick with it and grind out for however long it takes, or two, you quit. But if you quit, it's never gonna happen. Mm-hmm. So, I mean, for me, it's just you don't really have an option, do you?
If you don't quit and you keep going, you keep doing all the right things.
Yeah.
It's gonna happen. It's inevitable.
Yeah. It's just patience.
It's just
very
being
hard.
patient. Yeah.
For sure, man.
Yeah, that's where low rim dunking is really good too, to help keep you motivated. You know what I mean?
Mini goals. And
having those mini goals. So this month I'm gonna try hit an East Bay on 8 foot. Oh, then the next couple of weeks I'm gonna try hit it on 8.2, then 8.3, then 8.4, and then you work your way up, and it helps keep you motivated because you can see that you're actually progressing.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's not just I missed my East Bay again on 10 foot again this week for the 20th week in a row. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's where low rimming is so good. And that's where we're gonna start doing low rim or low rim.
High LA fitness rim.
Yeah, if you guys are listening to the podcast right now, what's that when you have your two fingers up and you kind of
quotations?
Yeah, quotation marks. I'm doing quotation marks in the air right now. We're doing low rim dunking on a Wednesday now. So we're dunking on 9:10.
Yeah.
So because we're gonna be dunking on 9:10 at dunk camp, but that's one reason why we're doing it, to get used to 9:10.
Just to practice new shit, man.
But also just to practice new dunks that, trick dunks we're not good at.
Okay, put it
maybe I'm even thinking about going 9-9 on a Wednesday, I'm not kidding.
I'm happy to do 9-9.
Because that'll be a good opportunity for you to practice hitting under both as well.
Yeah.
If you hit under both on 9-9, that's a good step.
Yeah.
You know?
If you guys ever dunk on a rim lower than 10 feet, please mention it. I'll just put that out there. I'll make it very clear because there's been some, I'm not going to say names, there's been some people, some motherfuckers, dunking on very low rims. Some actually would say lower than 9-9, which is fucked in my head, hitting new dunks, and they post it as a new dunk, and they won't say the rim height. And I mean, at the end of the day, it's fucking dunking, bro. You know, it's not that deep, but at the same time, you are discrediting people who do dunk on legit stuff. And it's a bit of a fuck you. So yeah, try and keep it as clear as you can.
Yeah, 100%.
Just side rant right there. I was gonna say, basically on Wednesday, it was Wednesday when you dunked. The rim was 10 foot and half an inch. So obviously it's over 10. We look at it, but I predicted it was 10. I thought it was 10 just by looking at it, but it was actually a little bit higher. We lower it down to 9-10, and we're standing over on the side of the court, and we're like, what the fuck? It actually looks so fucking low, bro.
Yeah.
It's actually crazy how much 2 inches makes it, or 2.5 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
if I had an extra 2.5 inches, man, the things I'll do, right?
Sometimes it's the difference between hitting a dunk and not hitting a dunk.
Yeah.
Legit.
Or even half an inch.
Yeah.
Difference between 9-11, 9-11 and a half. Would be quite a lot.
No, 100%.
It's if your first windmill was on any rim higher, even if it was 1/10 of an inch, if the rim was 1/10 of an inch,
I don't even know how high the rim was when I hit my first windmill.
Yeah. I think it was 10.
Yeah, it's either 9/11 or 10. It was one of the two.
Yeah, no lower than 9/11 for sure, man.
Yeah.
Even when we dunk on 9/11, we can tell the difference between that and 10. Or at least I can. Yeah. So,
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it depends to like how well I'm jumping to.
True.
Day
If you're
two.
gonna freak you, it doesn't fucking
But it doesn't matter. If I'm jumping really well, it doesn't matter how high the ring is. I'm just gonna hit everything. I'm sure you feel the same.
Depends on dunk.
Oh really?
Yeah. Well, I can't hit. I think hitting under both on 10-1 would be a bit fucked. But I've East Bay on 10-1 before, like 2 years ago.
That's pretty crazy.
Yeah. Yeah.
Have you got that video?
Yeah, it's on my Instagram.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's on my Instagram.
You should repost it. East Baying on 10-1.
Yeah.
You should.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
Because no one would remember that.
Yeah. I reckon I could East Bay on like 10-3, 10-4 now.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
It's just technique, man.
That'd be pretty
cool.
cool.
Right level, yeah.
That'd be pretty cool.
It might take a few goes, but...
I mean, you literally walk up to the rim in East Bay.
True. So. Yeah. Maybe I'll try it next like Monday or some shit.
Yeah.
On my home room.
Yeah.
10-4 East Bay.
Do it.
See, although I will say this, if you dunk on home rims, even if it's like 9'11", 10 foot, I will say it's more than likely a little bit easier to hit dunks. Just because if that's the rim and you've got the ball there and you kind of hit the front rim, if that was at a rec center, you're getting rim stuffed. Sometimes you get a bit lucky and the rim's a bit flimsy and like loose. You can just like push it through.
That's where these home rims are very forgiving because the rims aren't stiff at all.
Yeah.
So that's where like a soft rim makes a huge difference.
I mean, you don't really get that many soft rings that like.
Yeah, but if you're dunking at home, like the ring,
at home,
the ring I have outside now is like crazy soft.
You probably bend it down to like 9'7".
Yeah, legit.
So yeah, make sure you like watch your slow motion. I think would be one of my tips to prevent that. Watch the slow motion. Look how you actually made the dunk. If you made the dunk by like skimming up like under the rim, and you like pull the rim down and it goes in, then you probably didn't like hit it legit.
100%.
But if you hit like the back rim and it shoots down, you're good.
100%.
Like when you did your eastbound 9'7" or 9'8".
Yeah.
What was it?
It was 9'7",
9'7".
but the rim was not stiff at all.
But no, but you made it clean is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Like fairly clean.
I'd have to watch it slowly again.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You definitely didn't like bend it down or anything. So.
Yeah. But yeah, while we're on the topic of East Bays,
yes.
I was watching, because I was studying some people, I was watching Brody Stevens. Or Stevens, right?
Brody Stevens, yeah.
Yeah, Brody Stevens.
So he's right, left, right hand.
Yeah, I was watching how he does his dribble, East Bays. He's just like so efficient. So if you guys don't know, this guy is an Australian pro dunker. But I was just studying him and how he does it. And then one thing I'm learning with East Bays, it's the same as windmill. Like obviously you can confirm this. It's like something I've noticed is like, so if I'm gonna, with my plan, I plan left, right, and then I bring the ball up my right hand and then push it under my leg with my right hand into my left hand to dunk with my left hand. So one thing I noticed he does is he really feeds his hand through his leg and really pushes
like
the
there.
ball. Yeah, really pushes the ball through under the leg and up. So it's kind of like a windmill. When you do a windmill, if you guys are watching on YouTube, basically you want to push more of your opposite hand, and that allows you to get way more hand speed.
Well, that's what Tony was doing wrong.
Yeah, that's what Tony was doing.
He's letting go like that. We should be letting go like back there.
And then he hit his first windmill. So what I'm starting to realise is this is a huge thing with East Bays as well. And when I've low rimmed my East Bays, like that's something I focused on, and then I felt so much more efficient, like on my East Bays, and just the hand speed felt so much more fluent and powerful. Right? Yeah. So that's a big thing I'm learning. If
you've got the mobility to do that and like limb length, like you can be like out here.
Yeah. So that's a big thing I need to work on more, and I think that'll make a big difference with me hitting an East Bay.
No. So windmill and East Bay have the same ball path. When you think about it. Yeah. It's like that. Yeah. But except one you just do that. So.
The other thing is too, maybe I need to pump the ball up more as well.
But it's in your mind before you go for the dunk. It seems like counterintuitive.
Yeah, I know.
Fuck, now I think I go down, but then
I know. I found when I think about pumping the ball too much, it fucks my jump. Everything just feels worse. But when I don't think about it feels more fluent, and it's weird because over time, like my pump has got bigger without me thinking about it. So it's almost like if I just think about jumping higher, like the pump kind of just follows. You know what I mean? Like without overthinking it. So
I mean, you don't want to pump it up to like there. That's fucking dumb. It's like a little. Try and get as much arm swing as you can, basically, right?
100%.
That's what you're saying.
100%. But yeah, anyways, that's going to be today's podcast, guys. Alright, so just to cap things off, if you guys are looking for training, you're looking for coaching, you're looking for guaranteed results in your first 30 days, then send us a message on Instagram at JumpX to inquire. We'll be in touch and get you set up from there. Anything else you want to add, Tom?
We'll say we are, not only do we have our own client testimonials, which you can check on both our Instagrams as well as the JumpX Instagram to see like how we've progressed people. Like, for example, we've had people going from literally not dunking, Tony couldn't dunk. Then within like 2 weeks, he hit like a tomahawk off dribble. Just hit a windmill last week, so within 2 months he went from nothing to windmilling.
A month and a half, he went from not dunking. In a month and a half, he went from not dunking to hitting his first windmill.
Yeah.
Right. We had another guy that's gone from not dunking with 10 out of 10, like really bad patella tendinopathy. We're taking him to hitting his first dunk in 2 months.
Yeah.
So we got some crazy results on there. Definitely check it out, guys. And if you're wanting results like that, definitely send us a message.
Yeah.
All right. But yeah, without further ado, we'll catch you guys in the next one next week.
Episode 17.
Yeah.
Alright, catch up.
Peace out.
See ya.